right, so just left work. For those who don't know, I'm a school teacher. I teach PE and I coach as well. I train, I do strength and conditioning, but just left school. I usually don't make time for myself when it comes to hitting the field or doing field sessions. So this from here on out, I ain't gonna say every Friday, but right today anyway, I'm making a decision to get a video out there, one, but most importantly to make sure I'm able to still maintain a certain level of athleticism when it comes to I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones, not a receiver of course, but I still like to be able to do whatever I tell my athletes to do. So today we're going to kind of focus on running routes, kind of breaking down, learning the process of breaking down, how to get in and out of breaks, different drills you can do to improve your ability to break down and decelerate when running your routes full speed. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this out, warm up, and then we'll go ahead and get into the drills. If we're starting really from the basics, first thing we want to learn how to do is drop our hips. And by dropping our hips, I don't mean here and just bending over. Now you need to focus on kind of imagining there's a band between your hips and your feet and it's yanking it down. So a lot of people get into a squat and they'll come forward on their heels. No, you just want to focus on dropping. Now granted, when you drop in your break, you're gonna already be reach with one leg, but right now we're not focused on the legs, we're focused on the hips. So you're here, pumping, drop your hips. Now you could either be here or wherever it is. For me, personally, it doesn't matter where your hands are. I'm not gonna trip about it, but I just wanna make sure your hips are low. So you're here, and then somebody will say, go. And then you just drop your hips down. Drop your hips down. Here. That's all I want every single time. Take your hips from here, down, here, down. So that's the very basic thing. So I'm gonna give you a couple reps of that. From the side, it looks like. So that's a little free nugget I had no intention on giving. Now, once you master dropping your hips down, then you want to focus on dropping your hips in a stance or out of your break. So when you're here, pumping, always imagine yourself pumping. You don't want to be standing here and just do it because it's not realistic. You're not going to break when you're standing straight up. You're going to break when you're running. So boom, here, pump your arms, imagine you're running. You're going to lift your knee up. Don't kick it over. That's why the hurdles here. I want us to focus on picking our knees up. Pick your knee up here, put it down. The second leg comes down right beside it. Now, once again, I know it's not 100% realistic, but right now we're focusing on that first step, that trigger step, that first plant step. So I'm here, up on the balls of my feet. Whenever the go command is, I slam my right foot. If I'm doing the right foot first, I slam my right foot into the ground as if I'm trying to stomp a bug or something. So I'm here, pick it up and put it down as quickly as you possibly can. A lot of people have an issue with attacking the ground. Like I always tell you, I've never seen somebody be successful at getting out of their break and they're not violent in it. Most people, it takes too many steps to get in and out of their break. Fall forward, here, but leave the hurdle. So I'm here, pumping, here. make sure I get my hips down. So now the drill becomes much more realistic, where the only thing, almost 100%, but the only thing that's different is the fact that I'm not running into the break. Everything is the same. I'm here, I'll do the same trigger step, but now I have to pull that left foot through, and I'm sitting here waiting so I can come out of my break. This applies to the curl, the stop, the comeback, the hitch, all of it, even digs and whatnot. If you doing 3 steps out of your dig, same thing, pump, 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 attack the ground, ball of my feet, pull through, and I'm sitting here waiting. Now, you don't necessarily want your knees to cave in. I've kind of developed that habit a little bit. You just want to make sure your hips are low throughout the whole movement. You drop your hips on the first initial trigger, and then you maintain that same hip position, low hips, throughout the whole movement. So full speed here. Now when that rep, I finished facing perpendicular to where I started from. But if you're more advanced, then you can kind of start turning your hips a little bit more so that you're angled back towards the quarterback, coming back to the ball, coming down here to the sideline so that he can throw it to the sideline. Boom, you can catch it and be going with it. But we'll do 5 reps each side. Okay, if your back foot hits the hurdle a little bit, especially in this one, because when you're running, boom, 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 you're gonna drop down, and that left foot a lot of times that back foot a lot of times ends up dragging somewhat, which can be beneficial or detrimental, either one, depending on how you use it or if you use it at all. But so it's not, just make sure that first foot is getting up to attack the ground so that you can get over the hurdle. See, now I'm angled back towards the quarterback. And I'll put part of getting the foot up and attacking back down, you can kind of move the hurdle out of the way. Don't even worry about hurdle no more. So now we're here, pumping. Ow! All right, I don't know how the sound is from this distance, but hopefully it's picking up. But now we've learned the basics of, really, we've learned how to break down. Now we're gonna apply it into actually route running. So we have a hitch every 5 yards. See, a lot of times you break and you just work on decelerating. But now that we know how to efficiently and effectively decelerate and how to get our hips turned wherever we need to get to, now we're gonna run a hitches. Now we're gonna do the line breakdowns, but actually run a hitch with it. So for every 5 yards, I'm gonna change my leg. So boom, right now I'm gonna have the left leg go, which means I'm breaking on my right. So just burst full speed, 3-step hitch, that's all it is. Burst full speed. Imagine you don't know that line is there. So you're running full speed and automatically just boom, drop it. Now you can run a hitch and break on your 2nd step and then your 3rd step. It's a whole lot of different nuances in route running. But right now it's just 3 steps, breaking on that 3rd step. So burst off the ball. And my burst may not be as explosive as it used to be. I understand that, but it's gonna get back there. So now I have my right foot, which means I'm breaking on my left foot. 2 more each side, 1 more each side. Left foot up, right foot break. And that wasn't a good demonstration. I about fell, but we're gonna redo it. And everything isn't perfect. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. Like, I haven't done this in a long time. Granted, I've had training sessions where I was able to demonstrate at 3/4 speed, half speed, but when you're going full speed, everything hits different. Everything hits different. So you have to train at all speeds, kind of learn it at slow speeds and refine it and perfect it full speed. And now right foot up, left foot break. I just got done running them the same thing back. I actually did twice as many just because I was gonna do the same number. But then I had to think about, like, am I trying to just be able to demonstrate? I'm actually trying to go out here and dominate the competition if I ever go out here and play flag football again, which I do plan on doing. So I actually did double on the way back. And I think I did both legs the same amount of time. I'm not sure on that part, but if you do those, like, you are kind of guaranteed, if you apply those principles, do those drills, then you know how to break, and you can start applying it to your drills. Now, the braking doesn't change, just the running into the break may change. You may have somebody leaning on you, so you might have to get some separation out of your break. You may have to do releases and this, that, and the third, stem, stack, whatever it may be. So that may change how you get into your break, but the break in and of itself should never change. Now, there are different types of breaks. There are about, what degree you want to call it? There are sharper comebacks. There are box cuts. There are one steps. There breaking at an angle or planting at an angle. I don't even call that breaking. There's planting at angles. There are a lot of different things, nuances into route running. But if you apply the principles in this video, then you know the basics of route running. Next video from the field, if it's a training session with me, not necessarily with other guys, but if it's a training session with me, then it'll be different drills you can do to improve your route running ability. So there's a lot of different drills out there that you can do to work on getting in and out of your break, running this and that, the third, where you can just run the routes in and of themselves. But this video is concluded. That's all we got for today. Like, we went over dropping your hips, making sure your weight is in the ball of your foot, pulling that left foot through, and kind of still maintaining that low hip position throughout the whole break. Now, we didn't get into getting out of your break, but like I said, that we'll save that for later on. I just wanted to kind of give you the basics, the very bare minimum, the skeleton of route running. So when you go into this summer and you trying to be the #1 receiver to X or whatever place y'all have the #1 receiver at your school, you'll be confident. Now, it all comes down to confidence, and I ain't gonna talk too much. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. It all comes down to confidence, but the more reps you get, the more confident you'll be. And so just continue to get the reps, continue to get the reps, continue to get the reps, and you'll be better from it. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. We did enough work today. Now, this wasn't a grueling session. I low-key shouldn't have recorded if my goal was to master my craft, but I kind of want to give y'all the basics more so that you can be better. But we'll go through this process together of being better. So.